Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to pipe medical gas families in Revit. In the last couple of videos, first I show you how to create a medical gas zone valve box. We started with 3 gases, right? Then on the next video I show you how to modify that medical gas zone valve box so that you could obtain either a 2 gas valve box or a 4 gas valve box. Then on the next video, I show you how to create a medical gas alarm panel, which is the alarm panel that's going to be monitoring that particular medical gas zone valve box. And then on the previous video, I show you how to create a medical gas outlet, which are the outlets on the headboards or the booms or any outlet that a physician is going to be connecting to help the patient. Now, on this video, we're going to put it all together. So we're going to have the medical gas zone valve box, we're going to pipe to the outlets, and we're going to place the alarm panels that are going to be monitoring those. And then we will tag all those zone valve boxes and alarm panels. And then at the end, we're going to create a smart schedule that is going to display all the information contained in all those medical gas devices. And please, while we go through this exercise, ignore the locations of the zone valve boxes and the outlets. This is just an example so you can see how to pipe the families, okay? If you want to go in depth into how to place zone valve boxes and medical outlets and alarm panels and the flows, liters per minute, CFM, etc., you can go to BIMitUp.com or you can scan that QR code that you see on the screen right now and get in touch with us. And then we can go through the whole thing in detail. But for now, this is just an example so that you see how the families behave. And I think I'm going to end up breaking this video into 2 or 3 different sections. So make sure you follow along sequentially so that you don't get lost. All right, let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Alex with BIMitUp, where we help you with professional training and coaching in mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection systems, and Autodesk platforms like Revit and AutoCAD MEP. Let's get started. Alright, so let's take those parts we just created and take them for a test drive here. I'm going to create a new model. So I go here, New. I'm going to select my BIMitUp template. Remember, you can download that template by scanning on that QR code on the screen. And I'm going to go to level 1. So now let's link in our architectural model. So for that, we come here to Insert and then Link Revit. Let's select our medical model. And we need to create a couple of levels. Actually, let's just work with level 1 and 2. Let's see if we have the levels, at least they're aligned. Let's create another level. Let's rename as level 2 and let's just align to this level. And I'm doing this very informally. If you want to see how this is done properly, you can go ahead and check my videos on creating a new plumbing project or creating a new HVAC project. I'll leave the links in the description. For now, I just want to show you how those medical gas families behave. So let's go to level 2, rename this as level 1 plumbing, and then this as level 2 plumbing. Let's go to level 2. And now let's create a couple of spaces. Before doing that, it's very important that you click on your link and then you come here to edit type and make sure that you have room bounding checked, because if not, you won't be able to create your spaces properly. And it's also good practice just to pin your link so you don't move it accidentally. Now we can go to the Analyze tab and then go to Space. You can place spaces automatically, and then just like that we have 63 spaces created. But notice that the space naming is a little bit random, so we don't want this. So we come here to space naming, and then we make sure that we have mapped names and numbers from the architectural rooms to our MEP spaces. And let's do that in all levels. For now we just have 2 levels, and now it's looking a little better, right? All right, so what do we have here? We have a nurse station right here for this 2 burn IC units, and then we have these 2 intensive care units. And then on this side we have, for some reason, this is probably not even architecturally correct, this is just to explain the families that we just created. Okay, so this is another nurse station, and this one's taking care of this 3 exam rooms type A and this 3 exam rooms type B. So in this example, exam A rooms only need oxygen and vacuum, so they'll have 1 outlet of each. And then exam B will have medical air, oxygen, and vacuum. So these guys don't have medical air, this do. So now let's go into this exam room and let's drop the medical outlets. So we come here, I have them categorized as plumbing fixtures. So under plumbing fixture I have 2 different types: pressure for positive pressure and vacuum for negative pressure. So I'm gonna drop 1 oxygen. Let's place it at 3 feet above finished floor. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees, and this is not wall hosted, and that's intentional because wall hosted elements are annoying. So I take this and I place it here, and then now I'm gonna need a vacuum, so that's gonna be a different type of medical outlet. So medical vacuum, drop it here. Let's say we said 3 feet. We're gonna rotate this 90 degrees, and now I'm gonna move from here to here, and then I'll probably want to tag them so I don't get them confused. So TG for tag, and this is a tag that is available at BIMitUp.com as well. So I move this, tag this, move it out of the way, and since I'm gonna have the same thing in these other 2 rooms, I might as well just pipe them, right? So let's go ahead and do PI for piping. Let's do supply generic, that's fine. That's gonna be a 1/2 inch pipe, 9 feet of elevation, it's okay. And let's select our correct system, which is in this case gas, oxygen, and we can come, let's say, from here. We can see that our pipe is not visible, so we have to make sure that, let me do that again, PI, right? We had 9 feet, but it was 9 feet from level 1, so obviously we're not gonna see it, so it has to be level 2, right? And the offset's gonna be 9 feet from level 2. So now I come this way, and now I do see my pipe. I can connect, and you can see how my outlet turned green because it's accepting the system. Since this is a modeling view, I'm gonna change my level of detail to fine, just so that I can model a little bit more comfortably. And I'm gonna, instead of height, I'm gonna keep it as wireframe, because all this is gonna be just modeling, okay? Now we can do PI for another pipe, and now let's select the correct system, which is medical vacuum. So medical vacuum, and we can keep this also as 9 feet, and make sure it's 9 feet from level 2. And now this is my vacuum pipe, and here we go. So I probably want to do this and copy the whole thing, even with, you know, the pipes. And I do copy, make sure I have multiple selected, and then I can copy from here to here to here. And then what you can do is you can turn this elbow into a T. And now I think about it, since I'm gonna go across, I would probably want to have this medical vacuum lines a little bit higher so that I can go underneath with the oxygen. So let's just have them like at 9.4. And now I can easily draw pipe. And then come here, I can do TR for trim. This is my first one. I can do trim extend from here to here. And then I can do the same for vacuum. So I'm gonna turn this into a T. Then continue with my piping. And then I can do TR for trim and TE for trim extend. And that's pretty good. And now we want to do something similar for exam B, but in addition to the oxygen and the vacuum, we're going to need medical air. So I'm going to copy this over like this. I'm going to rotate this. You know, let's say we're rotating based on the patient's head, right? So 180 degrees. And then you end up with something like that. The idea is to keep consistency. If the patient's head is here and then you have vacuum inside and oxygen outside, here you also have vacuum inside and oxygen outside, because the physicians want to be comfortable, you know, having the same outlets where they're used to. But now, in addition to the oxygen, I need to add medical air. So I just copied this one because this is also positive pressure. So I can simply copy this. Now let's move it first to the wall. So I want to have the drop inside of the wall, something like this. I can take this pipe out and just change the system from oxygen to medical air. And I want to make sure I change my outlet type to medical air. And I was experimenting with some different type of medical air, but let's just use the standard one. We can extend our pipe a little bit. Do the same with the medical vacuum. And now we can copy down. Make sure you have multiple selected. From here to here to here. And then you can come with your medical air like this. Bring it up. You can come with your oxygen. Like this and bring it up. And then your medical vacuum. Like this and bring it up. I know you can space them however you want. Like typically you want to keep like at least 4 inches in between, but let's say I want all this equal, right? And then you could, you know, click here for example and then change the spacing here instead of 3 inches to 6 inches. And then they will all be spaced at 6 inches. You just select the 3 of them and bring it out a little bit. And now let's deal with our elevations. If you remember, this was 9.4. It was a little bit higher than the oxygen, which was at 9. And then we can have this at 8.6, assuming that the ceiling is at 8 feet. We can do trim extend. TE, 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 trim extend here, trim extend here, trim extend here. And now I can delete this constraint. If you want to keep it, you can keep it, but I'm just going to delete it. Unconstrained, it doesn't matter. And if you're enjoying this content, there are many ways you can support it. You can like or leave a nice comment down there. It really helps me out. You can subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. You can join our Patreon community in the link you see on the screen, which is also in the description. You can spread the word around, share it with your coworkers and in social media. And if you know any MEP firms that need help with BIM migration or any other topics, you can let them know so that I can help them. Okay, now let's continue with the ICUs. So let's go ahead and just copy these guys over. And then we said that the ICUs, we're going to have 2 oxygens, 1 medical air and 4 medical vacuum. So let's create a little bit more space for the oxygen. And then let's add 3 more medical vacuum. Let's shift them down a little bit. And all these guys are going to be most likely contained either in a head wall or in some kind of medical boom. I'm just showing this for explanation purposes. You can have probably, I don't know, like the 3/4 inch oxygen line down to the boom, and then from the boom it distributes with flexible connections to the outlets. Okay? But this is just for explanation purposes. Let's go ahead and take them out. Your oxygen line. Your medical air. And I'll just copy this over one more time to the other ICU. And then the burn ICU is a little bit different, but it's pretty similar. So let's copy this over as a starting point. And we know that the burn ICU is going to have 3 oxygens, 2 medical airs. So let's take this guy, copy it over. So we need 1 more oxygen and 1 more medical vacuum. And then, you know, probably these 4 medical vacuums are not all here. They're like 2 here and 2 on the other side or things like that. But again, this is just for explanation purposes. Just shift the vacuum over north a little bit, and let's copy over the oxygen up, and then we can trim extend the oxygen, and now we have 2 medical airs, 3 oxygens, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medical vacuums. Let's just tag this real quick, create similar, slide it over, and now we can take the same thing and copy it to the other burn ICU as such, and then we're done with our medical gas outlets. Now we just need the zone valve boxes and the alarm panels.